Hello, Yasmine. It's so great to see you. I haven't seen you since Summit.
Yes, Todd, I'm so glad. And rooming with you was the best thing. I loved our house and I loved the energy and everything. It was so fun.
It was great, wasn't it? And wasn't
Yeah,
Summit so? It was just spectacular. I thought Krista did such a great job.
I think for me, it was the best summit ever. I mean, this was my third one and I loved it. I really loved it.
Doesn't she? I don't know how she does it, but she outdoes herself every time. She even said that.
Yeah.
I do not know how I'm going to exceed this one. It was so good,
Yes.
so good.
Yes,
Well, the
it
last time we
was.
talked, you had mentioned about that you're working on your book. How's that book coming along?
Well, my book, here it is.
Oh my
The
heaven.
Sophisticated Seller. I don't know if you can see it.
The Sophisticated Seller.
Yes, some stuff on the back. And then the inside, I tried to condense it, and it has just over, well, actually, I brought it down to under 100. It's like 90 pages, which is what I wanted. I wanted
Yes.
as much information and not really a lot of chit chat. I wanted to get everything in there so they can open, they can read, and walk away. And
No fluff. No fluff.
not really a lot of
Boom.
fluff. Yeah,
Down to it. The
yes.
German is coming through.
It's taken forever. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I did the whole thing. I mean, yes, Krista is the co-author, so she did some stuff of the content, and then I ran it through my editor and I reformatted it. You know, brought down the number of pages and changed the content a little bit. And Krista loved it. She said I did a really good job, and it's exactly, know, what she had in mind. And with the cover, she also said she loved my cover. And I did spend a lot of time trying to make this something that I can be proud of. And
Right.
uh, but with the editor, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I had a Fiverr editor, and he was from
Oh,
South Africa.
okay.
He was a very wonderful. I mean, I gave him 5 stars just because he was so responsive. But, however, not but, however, it was a journey. Communication mishaps and formatting. Oh my goodness, formatting was like our biggest thing. I told
Really?
the editor to format it one way, and I thought the printer was on the same page. By the time he was done with my book, the printer said, "Oh no, this size doesn't work." So then it had to go back to him. Then he formatted it into the right format, but the margins were too small. So then we had to go back and reformat the whole thing again. I mean, this shows that I have no clue what I mean.
Persistence,
Now
man.
I
Persistence.
was, I was very persistent. It took forever, but I worked on it all year, and I pretty much know the book by heart at this point. And it was fun, and I'm proud.
I was going to say, you're proud of the end product, though, right?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
that's
very
awesome.
proud.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
And when do I get to read it?
anytime you want. I can send you a digital version if you want. We have that
Oh,
too, but
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. And
yeah,
especially you customized it for your area and everything. It's just
yes,
that is so good. So good. So
yeah,
good.
yes. I'm so
And
excited.
and that is seriously the best looking cover I think I've ever seen. It's amazing because
Yeah,
I've
I
yeah.
wanted to stay with the black and white, and then it just, the title, I don't know, it doesn't come in very clear, but I'm also not wearing my glasses, so you might see it better.
No,
Yesterday, I was talking to a friend, and I'm like, man, this is so blurry, the cover. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I put my glasses on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not blurry at all.
I
Yes, there
cannot
goes
say
H.
anything. You know me with my clicks here. So
Yes, this is hilarious, but I'm very happy about the book. So, yeah.
that's Awesome. I'm so glad you finished it. I knew you'd been working on it
Thank you.
really hard. And
Yeah.
now just getting out there is going to be a great marketing piece, and people are going to really be able to see who Yasmine is, and as far as business, as far as the way you come to the table. And I'm sure
Yeah.
in there you got the staging, talking about all that stuff that you do.
Yes, marketing, paid advertisement, everything is in there, so.
Wow.
And I'm doing a lot. I mean, I have two listings, and one of them we is in a different area. So one is in Pleasant Hill, one is in Oakland. And the Oakland one, I spent so much time and energy, not that I didn't. I mean, with the Pleasant Hill one, we were since February we've been preparing. It was a journey and it all ended well, and it's on the market. We have a lot of interest. And then the other one in Oakland is so cute, really, really cute. And 2 bedrooms, a bath downstairs. I mean, there's a basement that can be fully developed. The laundry room is already there, so somebody could make it into another living area. And it has a little separate office, and it has a parking pad. Yes, the area is not quite where it should be at this point. But that little street, they all know each other, they all look out for each other, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to spend all my money on marketing that little property, and I'm just going to run 3 or 4 ads all around. And it's a starter home, right? It's 450,000. We are hoping we get 5, but it's a starter home, so I can't really market to everybody. I have to go into areas where I know there might be potential buyers, right? So if I go to Silicon Valley, those buyers most likely won't look at this home.
What about Silicon Valley as far as using that as an investment? Would they?
No,
No.
they have too much money.
Got it.
They wouldn't use that as a. I honestly, I'm not really seeing the investment value. Yes, if you build out the downstairs, if you spend 150,000 and then you rent out both units, yes, but no.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the thing is, just the way we digitally market and the way you can literally pinpoint those demographics, the people that will be buying, the people that would be interested in it. That's one of the powers of what you and I do, what we do, and what
Yes,
we learned how to do. And so, thank heaven that your sellers that they hired a professional in the digital world that's into the
so
social
sweet.
media and the getting everything specific to your end avatar, to your end goal.
Yeah,
That's pretty amazing.
yeah, I'm excited. Hey, have you looked at the Epic report, or have you worked on it?
I've worked on a little bit. Have you been working on it?
A little, yes. Well, I did the new the new presentation for our sellers
Uh-huh.
that she recorded. Well, the new script, let's call it
Right.
script.
Yes.
And I looked at it, and I integrated the Epic into that script. So I was working with GPT on trying to get that all integrated and make it a flowing concept, so that it's not just a pre-listing presentation, but everything comes together. And my GPT lady has some kind of echo. I don't know what I had to ask her. I'm like, what do you mean by echo? But she was very informative. Sometimes she throws things at me where I'm like, wait, what? But she's the best assistant I've ever had. Sometimes she talks too much.
And so you speak with the GPT voice, her voice, going back and forth by voice.
No, she talks in writing. I have to tell her several times during a conversation that she is way too blabbery.
Again, the
I
German
have to t-
coming in.
I have to tell her, every time we have a conversation, I'm like, okay, you're babbling again. Can you just condense it? I mean, 2 sentences versus 5?
Okay, you know how to take care of that though. You can tell her,
Oh, yes.
remember this, keep it in the profile.
Do you know how often I tell her that? Because
Speak.
there are nuances.
Yeah, speaking of that, what change the subject for just a second, even though we're
Yes.
into AI GPT.
Yeah.
Do you think AI is going to replace a real estate agent?
No.
And I agree with you. And why? Why is that? What is it that let's put it this way. What is it that AI does? Well, first of all, let's do this. Is AI a good thing, or do you think it's not a good thing?
I think AI is a wonderful way to research areas. I
Right.
love that. I mean, even for me, if somebody says I want to move to Carmel and I want you to be my agent and I don't really know the dynamic that well, yeah, within 2 hours, I can actually be an expert. But the thing
Right.
is, I believe the reason why we will not be eliminated is because of the emotional aspect of purchasing a home, right? And I think we talked about this before. It's just buying a house in commercial real estate. I could see it. I could see that. Why would I want to buy a building with 500 offices? Tell me why and what are the ups and downs, but it's too emotional. Residential, I mean, I'm working with people right now where I'm like, if they had AI, they would not ever buy.
Right, right. And AI is really
Hmm.
great, like you're talking about. AI is really great at talking about numbers, talking about generalities. But on a personal level, it just doesn't have that connection or the ability to connect and the
Yeah,
ability to really walk somebody through a dramatic situation or a emotional situation, which is,
yeah,
oh, this is just so much emotion involved in the, I mean, so much more emotion than you'd think in the selling of real estate, buying and selling of real estate. Oh, there we go. I can actually see my face instead of being glowing everywhere. But anyhow, the
but I do have to say, I'm talking to friends of mine or colleagues of mine, and it's like on some high end listings. I mean, GPT it's not only for us, right? So our clients look at it too. And you definitely have to be on your toes. And when you have a listing and the seller comes to you and says, GPT told me this and this and this you have to do. Have you done this?
have you had that happen yet?
Not me personally, but I have friends who've had that happen.
With what we do, as long as we're on our game, as long as we are doing what we know we need to do, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I I don't know. I mean, this agent that I'm talking about is an amazing agent, and they're always going to be the people where nothing is ever enough,
Right,
right? And with GPT, I think it becomes even more confrontational. It's like the trust between the sellers and us is, I don't know, a little bit further apart because they have ammunition.
right,
And
right,
I don't like that part. I mean, yes, I want anybody to hire me for my expertise. Um, I had clients from out of town the other day, and they did a lot of research online, and they were like, "Oh, what do you think about this area? And what do you think about that area?" And at some point, I said, "Listen, I'm your realtor. My strength is in negotiations, getting you the best price and making sure that you get the best possible house for the price that you're looking. I'm not your tour guide. I'm no way I'm your tour guide. I cannot tell you, you know, where's the best grocery store, or I can tell you what's when you decide where you want to live, but and I think that I had a good point because I am not a tour guide. My
right.
strength is in, and when you have the realtors who like, okay, why did you go into the business? And they say, oh, I just love decorating homes, or oh my gosh, I can't wait to help people redesign their backyard. And I'm like, wait, what? I mean, how does that even come into play? And yes, it is important that we know our area, but I think I don't know, that community thing. I think it's absolutely wonderful that people present their communities. And, I like, sometimes I see realtors talking about, well, I love this about the community. Those things I think could improve a little bit so that it's not so salesy. Oftentimes I see people who talk about communities and it still sounds like they want to push something on me, and I want to take more of the neutral approach.
Right, right.
And
You
so
want to be
yeah.
Switzerland in that one.
Mhm.
Take the
Yes.
that really it's because it really frequently my clients ask me questions and I tell them, I mean, I tell them up front, I will not answer that because that is an opinion type question. It's up to you. What do you want? What is it that drives you?
Mhm.
And many times they view us as authorities in areas where we're going, no, we're not going to go there because that's a choice that you have to make, that you have to work through. So anyway,
Yeah,
it,
absolutely. And exactly. So me dumping all kinds of, positive or subjective information on somebody, I might love Starbucks and the client hates it. Well, where's the next Pete's? Or, I see that you're around town and you're promoting this and this and this restaurant, but, we moved here and then we went there and didn't really think much of it, but we found that place and you never told us about it. And so I'm kind of like, "Mm,
you're not going there. Is that what you're saying? I'm not going to go there.
not really. I don't know. I think I'm the money person. I don't want to be the investment person. I don't want to be the tour guide.
Right,
And I
right.
think that's going to be what I will continue focusing on. Excuse me.
How did your clients react to it when you brought that up?
They were laughing
Uh,
because I mean, it was like I was bombarded about, so he actually, one of them said, "Oh my gosh, you just said exactly what I wanted to hear when you said that you're a master negotiator." And he said, "That's what I needed to hear."
oh, that's
So, yeah, so
isn't it incredible when you're just transparent, be who you are, state who you are, take a position. It's incredible. It's awesome.
yeah, yeah,
All
it was
right.
nice.
Well, it's so good to see you again. We'll look
Good to
forward to seeing
see you.
you next week, and
Thank you.
let's go out and make it a great day.
Yes, you too. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Take care.